Training young racing pigeons is a meticulous and rewarding process that involves careful planning, dedication, and a deep understanding of the bird's instincts and behaviors. From loft flying to race day, every step is crucial in developing pigeons that are capable of competing in races. This guide provides a comprehensive approach to training young racing pigeons, covering everything from initial loft flying to preparing them for their first 300-mile race. Number 1. Understanding the basics. Before diving into the training process, it is essential to understand some basic principles about racing pigeons. Pigeon homing instinct. Racing pigeons have an exceptional ability to find their way home from long distances. This homing instinct is the foundation of pigeon racing. Health and nutrition. Healthy pigeons are more likely to perform well. Proper diet, regular health checks and vaccinations are crucial. Record keeping. Keeping detailed records of each bird's performance, health, and training sessions helps in making informed decisions during the training process. Number 2. Loft preparation and management. The loft is the pigeon's home and training base. Proper loft management is critical for successful training. Loft design. Ensure the loft is spacious, well ventilated, and secure from predators. It should have separate sections for young birds, old birds, and breeding pairs. Cleanliness. Maintain cleanliness to prevent diseases. Regularly clean the loft and provide fresh water and food. Perches and nest boxes. Provide adequate perches and nest boxes to avoid overcrowding and stress. Number 3. Selecting and pairing breeding stock. Selecting high-quality breeding pairs is the first step towards breeding young pigeons with strong racing potential. Pedigree. Choose breeding pairs with a proven track record in races. Pay attention to their pedigrees, focusing on birds with good homing ability, speed, and endurance. Health. Ensure both breeding birds are in excellent health and free from any genetic disorders or diseases. Compatibility. Pair birds that complement each other's strengths and weaknesses to produce well-rounded offspring. Number 4. Early handling and familiarization. Handling young pigeons early on helps them become comfortable with human interaction, which is beneficial during training. Frequent handling. Gently handle the chicks from a young age to get them used to human contact. Familiarization with loft. Allow the young birds to explore the loft and become familiar with their surroundings. This helps them feel secure and confident. Number 5. Initial loft flying. Loft flying is the first stage of training where young pigeons learn to fly and develop their homing instinct. Flagging. Use a flag to encourage the birds to fly. Initially, let them fly freely around the loft. Gradually increase the duration of loft flying sessions. Start with short flights and progressively extend the time. Observation. Observe the birds during loft flying to identify strong flyers and those that may need extra attention. Number 6. Road training. Road training is a critical phase where young pigeons learn to navigate from increasing distances. Short tosses. Start with short tosses of about 1 to 2 miles from the loft. Release the birds in small groups initially. Gradual distance increase. Gradually increase the distance of the tosses. Follow a structured plan, increasing the distance by a few miles each week. Direction training. Toss the pigeons from different directions to ensure they develop a well-rounded homing ability. Consistency. Maintain a consistent training schedule. Regular training helps the pigeons build their stamina and navigation skills. Number 7. Mid-distance training. Once the pigeons are comfortable with short tosses, it's time to move on to mid-distance training. 20 to 50 miles. Start training flights ranging from 20 to 50 miles. This phase helps the pigeons build endurance and confidence in their homing abilities. Weather conditions. Expose the pigeons to different weather conditions gradually. This prepares them to handle varying weather on race day. Group releases. Start releasing the birds in larger groups to simulate race conditions. Number 8. Long-distance training. Preparing pigeons for long-distance races requires careful planning and gradual progression. 75 to 100 miles. Begin with tosses ranging from 75 to 100 miles. Ensure the pigeons are in peak physical condition before attempting long-distance flights. Nutrition and rest. Provide a high-energy diet and ample rest between training sessions to help the pigeons recover and build strength. Monitor performance. Keep track of each bird's performance during long-distance training. Note their return times and condition upon arrival. Number 9. Fine-tuning and final preparations. As race day approaches, focus on fine-tuning the pigeons' training and making final preparations. Mock races. Organize mock races with fellow pigeon fanciers. This provides valuable experience and helps identify areas for improvement. Final health check. Conduct a thorough health check to ensure all pigeons are in optimal condition for the race. Rest period. Allow a rest period of a few days before race day. Avoid strenuous training during this time to prevent fatigue. Number 10. Race day preparation. On race day, a well-prepared pigeon has the best chance of performing well. Feeding schedule. Follow a precise feeding schedule leading up to the race. Provide a light meal the evening before and a high-energy meal on the morning of the race. Hydration. Ensure the pigeons are well hydrated. Place water in the loft a few hours before releasing them for the race. Transport to release point. Transport the pigeons to the release point in a well-ventilated and comfortable transport crate. Minimize stress during transport. Number 11. Post-race care and analysis. After the race, proper care and analysis of the pigeon's performance are essential for future improvement. Recovery. Provide a nutritious meal and plenty of water to help the pigeons recover from the race. Health check. Conduct a health check to identify any injuries or signs of fatigue. Performance analysis. Analyze the performance of each pigeon. Review their return times, condition, and any factors that may have affected their performance. Number 12. Continuous improvement. Training racing pigeons is an ongoing process of learning and improvement. Keep learning. Stay updated with the latest techniques and strategies in pigeon racing. Attend seminars, read books, and join pigeon racing clubs. Adapt training methods. Be flexible and adapt your training methods based on the performance and feedback from each race. Patience and persistence. Training racing pigeons requires patience and persistence. Celebrate successes and learn from setbacks to continuously improve. Conclusion. Training young racing pigeons from loft flying to race day is a rewarding journey that requires dedication, knowledge, and careful planning. By following the steps outlined in this guide, you can develop a training program that maximizes the potential of your young pigeons and prepares them for success in races. Remember that each pigeon is unique, and personalized attention to their needs and progress is key to achieving the best results. Happy racing! We start about 5 to 10 kilometers away from the loft and release the birds at that point 2 to 3 times. Gradually, we increase the distance of the training tosses to 20, 30, and 40 kilometers, staying at each location 3 times. On the third visit, we single toss each bird to encourage independence and build confidence in their navigation abilities. Single tosses are done after the bird has been to the location at least twice with the group. Our birds need both physical maturity and mental ability to race and home successfully at a young age. Single tossing is the best way to teach these skills. When training at short distances, like 5, 10, or 20 kilometers, we prefer multiple tosses per day rather than one long toss. The birds always have access to feed and water, and the routine remains the same: train, land, trap, peanuts, or dehusked sunflower seeds. For release locations, we choose prominent landmarks visible from great distances. Once we reach the 50 kilometers toss location, all training tosses are done individually to promote independent flying. The direction can be adjusted based on the loft's location. Before each training toss, it's crucial to ensure the birds are well fed, hydrated, and in good condition. Hunger negatively affects their performance and can cause memory loss, fatigue, and weight loss. Homing becomes secondary to survival, resulting in potential loss of birds. If the birds fly from south to northeast, they tend to head towards land first, east, and then fly north. In such cases, we single toss the birds with at least a 10-minute interval to prevent them from waiting for each other and flying home together. Single tossing plays a significant role in developing mental maturity and intelligence in pigeons. It teaches them to think independently and not rely on other birds. It's important to recognize that racing pigeons must navigate and think for themselves, becoming leaders rather than followers. Single tossing helps educate the bird and build its confidence to fly alone. We shouldn't overlook the bird's familiarity with the shipping baskets used by the local club. Successful trainers provide identical baskets for the birds to eat and drink from, replicating the size, color, feed and water location, release location, and opening of the club's crate. This prepares the birds for basket night, giving them an advantage by knowing where to find food and water. In each situation, we aim to prepare our birds in advance for new experiences. Our training and learning techniques encourage independent thinking and navigation, setting our birds apart from others in the race. It's important to understand that we breed and train athletes, whether human or animal. They require athletic ability, proper training and coaching, a nutritious diet, good health and hygiene, sufficient rest, a regular routine, and a stress-free environment to compete and win consistently. In England, we have various races for young and old birds. Classic races hold high value, where each loft enters their best birds to compete against other top lofts. The race distances range from 250 kilometers to over 1,000 kilometers. These races test the bird's intelligence, orientation, navigation abilities, motivation, determination, courage, and heart. They fly individually for long distances, showcasing their leadership skills. Birds that perform well in these races often become excellent breeders and hold great value in breeding lofts. They prove themselves under challenging race conditions after receiving proper education. As parents, we want the best for our children. We provide them with top-quality education by sending them to the best schools, ensuring they have excellent teachers, and providing them with the best learning resources. We invest time and money in their education because we believe it is crucial for their success in life. Similarly, we must give our young birds the best possible training for them to have the greatest chance of succeeding and winning significant prizes. They are like young children eager to learn, and their education begins from the day they are born. To ensure their proper development, we start by providing them with the best nutrition. This includes a regular diet of grains with a protein content of 15 to 17%, supplemented with raw peanuts, safflower, and poultry pellets containing 21 to 28% protein. We also offer fresh grit daily and provide liquid vitamins, minerals, and electrolytes in their water 2 to 3 times a week. From a young age, around 14 days old, we introduce small grains in their nest bowl during each feeding to teach them to eat. We also gently dip their heads into water once or twice a day starting at 21 days old to encourage drinking. We begin this early education to avoid any setbacks in their growth, muscle development, bone structure, or feather quality when we separate them from their parents at 26 to 30 days old. It is important not to limit or ration the feed for young birds in training. They should have unlimited access to quality grain from birth until the end of a race series, just like ensuring our children have enough food to grow big, strong, and healthy. When we wean the young birds, usually at 26 to 30 days of age, we want them to have a continuous supply of feed and water for about 4 to 6 days. This ensures their uninterrupted growth and mental and physical development, keeping them active and alert at all times. When settling the birds in the flying loft, we follow a simple routine. We show them where to enter or trap safely, guiding them through the trap a few times by hand. A few peanuts waiting for them after trapping encourages them to do so quickly. This routine should remain consistent, with the same sequence of loft fly or exercise, landing, trapping, and peanuts. After about 3 to 4 weeks of loft flying, the young birds will become stronger and more curious. They will start exploring beyond the immediate vicinity of the loft, spending time routing and checking their surroundings away from the loft. When they demonstrate this behavior, it indicates they are ready for road training tosses. However, road training should not begin until the birds start routing. Again, we need to educate the birds about the training basket. We gradually introduce them to the basket a few at a time in front of the loft, allowing them to stay inside for about 10 to 15 minutes before opening the basket for them to safely fly back to the loft. We repeat this process 3 to 4 times with a few birds at a time before starting road training. This helps the birds feel secure in the basket and prevents confusion. There are many reasons to buy my Racing Pigeon method. Here are some of the best reasons. You will get excellent results. It's a very simple system to use. It's affordable. I have had over 400 first prize winners. It's adaptable to any situation. You can use it with any racing method, natural, widowhood, young birds. It's a very effective method. There is no need to spend a lot of money on fancy pigeon products. It's a reliable system and it is foolproof to use. Professional athletes, race horses, take the same products. There is science behind this, not just hearsay. It is all to do with red blood cells and oxygen in the blood. Without that, a pigeon will not race well, or an athlete will not win a race. If he has low oxygen in his blood, the above is fact and is 100% science. There are a few things you can do to improve your chances of winning at Racing Pigeons. One of the most important things is to learn as much as you can about the sport. You'll need to know the different types of pigeons, how to train them, and how to race them. Another key factor is practice. You'll need to be able to fly your pigeons competently in order to win races. And, of course, you'll need to have the funds to invest in racing pigeons and other racing equipment. There are many reasons to buy my Racing Pigeon method. Here are some of the best reasons. You will get excellent results. It's a very simple system to use. It's affordable. I have had over 400 first prize winners. It's adaptable to any situation. You can use it with any racing method, natural, widowhood, young birds. It's a very effective method. There is no need to spend a lot of money on fancy pigeon products. It's a reliable system and it is foolproof to use. Professional athletes, race horses, take the same products. There is science behind this, not just hearsay. It is all to do with red blood cells and oxygen in the blood. Without that, a pigeon will not race well, or an athlete will not win a race. If he has low oxygen in his blood, the above is fact and is 100% science. There are a few things you can do to improve your chances of winning at Racing Pigeons. One of the most important things is to learn as much as you can about the sport. You'll need to know the different types of pigeons, how to train them, and how to race them. Another key factor is practice. You'll need to be able to fly your pigeons competently in order to win races. And, of course, you'll need to have the funds to invest in racing pigeons and other racing equipment. Free racing pigeon tips and lots of info. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, look at the links and email below.